Our next segment may be upsetting to some of our viewers, but please know that help is available. Yesterday, we learned and heard of the passing of Stephen Twitch Boss, the former Ellen Show DJ and professional dancer from So You Think You Can Dance. Now, the cause of his sudden death hasn't been released, but it has shocked many, guided by what his wife called love and light. Well, Ayana Sealy is a professional dancer turned performance mental coach. And she also danced with Twitch and joins us live now on CP24 Breakfast. Ayana, thanks so much for coming in early. I understand that you first encountered Twitch at a dance conference 10 years ago, but then danced with him and Ellen in 2018. So talk about what, Twitch was like, who he was.
Yeah, so thank you, Jennifer. I met him at this dance conference, and it was so easy. He was such an easy, person to talk to. It felt like just speaking to one of my friends. He was so kind and very sweet. And then at the Ellen show, I just happened to be in the aisle, and I got to dance with him, and I got to dance with Ellen. And so it's such a shock that a person like this, anyone, in fact, but because he was such a big, bright light, I think it's really rocked the world, people who knew him. You can see celebrities talking about his passing, and it's really, really shocked and rocked people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Ayana, I know that you're a mental performance coach.
Yes.
You've also danced professionally. You were in The Lion King. So you can probably relate to the pressures of being in the public eye and having to be an artist and performer, but yet kind of you're harboring different things on the inside as well, because you can never know or tell what someone is going through.
Absolutely. Like the saying goes, the show must go on. So performers know how to put on a brave face. They know how to put on a smile and be as if everything's okay. But that does not mean that that's what's going on the inside. And so it's imperative that people, have resources, have people that they speak to that they can lean on, because the performer has to balance this, larger than life persona while also dealing with what's going on the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ayana, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I can see that you're visibly upset. You're tearing up a little bit because this is obviously really sad, shocking news. And just during the break, we were talking about how there are so many different layers to this. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so we're speaking about mental health. We're speaking about mental health with men because men tend to struggle even more. And then we're dealing with the other layer of it being Black men and what some Black men may carry, what kinds of pressures they may carry, just being Black in the world. And so I wonder, I can't say for sure, but you wonder if some of these things came into play with him. We'll never know for sure unless, family releases that information. But it is tough to know that someone could have been struggling so mightily and not be able to come back from it, really go down a hole or I shouldn't say a hole, go down to a place that's so dark that they can't come back from. That's what's really upsetting, I think, for me and most people.
And Ayana, I know you're a mental performance coach, so I'm curious to know these days, your athletes include athletes and performers. What exactly do you help them with? And have you seen more people requesting your services?
Absolutely. Because of the pandemic, we all have been pushed to the brink and to the limit. And so athletes and performers already have that pressure put on them, far less with the pressure of the pandemic. We even talk about inertia in the pandemic, which is something major where you have this kind of hesitancy to do things, and that has even ramped up. So a person like me and my skill set, it really comes in handy because we need to help the performers, help the athletes to not feel like they have to succumb to their pressure, right? So.
Yeah, and Ayana, I think the pandemic really also highlighted just this feeling of loneliness and not having someone to talk to. So when you're in this, industry of performance, what is the one advice you give your clients in terms of, even us, we're performing right now as newscasters, but what's the one thing you say to them if people are struggling?
Yeah, what I would definitely say is do not wait for the moment where you need the help. Put things in place, just in the same way that you do what you do on a daily basis, your morning routine, your evening routine. Mental health and the focus on mental health should be always. It's not just when you're struggling. So make sure that you have people in place, therapists, just to talk, just to flesh out some stuff. You know, make sure that you have friends and family that you can lean on, your go-to person, name someone, you're my go-to person, right? So know who those people are so that when the time comes, they know, okay, I'm here for you, you're here for me, and we can help one another. We don't have to do this alone. We don't have to struggle and be alone.
Absolutely. Those are some excellent tips. Ayana Sealy, mental performance coach, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your thoughts. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And if you know someone who is struggling with suicidal thoughts or mental health matters, it is important to talk about it. The following resources are available to support people in crisis.